Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about carbs. A text I often get from my private clients is I hit my macros perfectly yesterday and the scale went up. I'm mad because I did everything perfectly yesterday. So, in today's episode, part 5 and the final part of this series, I will explain how to set your carbs for true weight loss to reveal toned muscles, why it's important to not fear the carbs, and why the scale goes up when we eat them. And stay tuned until the end as I give you my $1,000,000 tip on how to lose weight in the simplest way possible and not fear those carbs. My shred clients, they love this $1,000,000 tip that biggie sizes the results and reduces overwhelm. So be sure to stay until the end and have your pen and paper handy. If you haven't listened to parts 1, 2, and 3, I suggest you go back and listen to those. Episode 1 talks about why your calorie deficit is king for weight loss and how to set yours. Episode 2 talks about why macros are queen. Episode 3 is how to set your protein. Episode 4, how to set your fat macros. And in this episode, I think there will be an aha moment and a few golden nuggets you wish you knew about sooner. Okay, so let's dive in. This is going to be a good one. So glad you're here. Let's start off with a fun fact. I used to fear potatoes. I used to think carbs made you gain weight and you would not lose weight if you ate them. I would stay away from bananas. Remember when perhaps you thought you could eat all the bacon and ghee you wanted and lose weight, but would not touch bread, a roll, or pretzels? Decreasing carbs or eliminating carbs to lose weight. Perhaps this is you or was you. With all the different diets we have all tried, these low carb fat diets, this has been ingrained in our brain. You know, keto, where you could only have less than 20 grams of net carbs per day. So, first off, carbs are our body's preferred source of energy. Combine that with all the talk surrounding cutting carbs and the popularity of low carb diets like keto, it's easy to assume that carbs are the enemy. They should be avoided at all costs, right? No, not so fast. It is true that simple carbs like sugar and white bread and white pasta and white rice are easy to break down. Complex carbs such as whole grains, vegetables, legumes take much more effort to digest. So carbs, they also contain lots of fiber, which can suppress appetite and can actually help you lose weight. Remembering that 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories, 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories, and 1 gram of carbs equals 4 calories. So if you eat 100 grams of carbs, 100 times 4 equals 400 calories. It's all about balance. We like food with carbs. That's okay. Hello, fellow popcorn and Reese's peanut butter cup fans. Depriving yourself of these foods almost always leads to binge and overeating. So you must figure out how to fit these foods in and lose weight to reveal tone muscles. The way I coach macros is effective and enjoyable. Can you picture that Venn diagram? Effective and enjoyable. So let's talk about the TEF. So the thermic effect of food is the amount of energy it takes for your body to digest, absorb, get rid of, poop, and metabolize the food that you eat. So TEF makes up part of your calories out, your daily calorie expenditure. So carbs have a thermic effect at approximately 5 to 10%. And they are the simplest to digest. Remember, fats are the simplest to digest. Remember, protein has a high TEF, another reason why in a cut protein is so important. So carbs have a thermic effect of about 5%. So if you consume 100 carb calories, only 5 calories will be spent digesting the fat. While protein has a thermic effect of about 30%, if you eat 100 protein calories, you'll burn off 30 calories just digesting the protein. So you may ask, why does the scale go up when we eat carbs? Water weight. Carbohydrates or carbs use the body to store water. So when we eat the carbs, the energy that we do not use right away is stored as glycogen. And each gram of glycogen can have 3 to 4 grams of water attached to it. So your body holds on to 3 to 4 grams of water to help store the energy, the glycogen. So carbohydrates encourage your body to retain water. So the more carbs you eat, the more water you retain. You gain water weight. You don't gain fat. Because remember, calorie deficit is key for actual weight loss. Again, it's water weight, not fat gain. So when you gain 3 to 4 pounds overnight, it's most likely water weight gain. That's why we call them carbohydrates, because they hydrate your body. You know, you think, how could I gain 2 pounds overnight? I had a salad for lunch and a healthy dinner. I should weigh 2 pounds less. So we do tend to think that what we ate yesterday should show up on the scale the next day. It just doesn't work that way. It takes a lot longer for changes to result in fat loss or fat gain. So this is why people struggle with water weight gain mentally after a day of hitting their macros. Even if you hit your macros perfectly, the scale may not go down the next day. It's about progress over time, not the comparison of the day-to-day weights. A question I often get when counting macros, do you use total carbs or net carbs? You use total carbs. Net carbs are determined by subtracting any of the fiber or the sugar, alcohols, that are on the label from the total carbohydrates. You should use the total carbs because 1 carb equals 4 calories. And remembering weight loss is based on calorie deficit. More importantly, a consistent calorie deficit. Okay, are you ready to set your carbs to lose weight to reveal toned muscles? Grab your pen and paper and stick around for the ultimate $1 million tip that I give my private clients, and they live and die by, to lose up to 30 pounds in 3 months. It's absolutely the cherry on top. So episode 1, we set our calorie deficit. Episode 3, we set our protein. And episode 4, we set our fats. Check, check, check. So now the grand finale, the carb equation. I know there's a lot of conflicting info out there, so let's not stress. I like to keep it stupid simple, kiss. After coaching a slew of clients, here's what I do to set the carbs. So take your calorie deficit, subtract your protein calories multiplied by 4, and subtract your fat calories multiplied by 9. So this will give you your carb budget, just like your money budget. And then you take that number and divide by 4. Voila, there's your carb budget. So if your carb budget is 800 calories, you would take 800 divided by 4, and that equals 200 grams of carbs. So that's your target. Please remember to embrace the carbs. Don't fear them. It's all about balancing your macros. And the $1 million tip you've all been waiting for: nail your calories and crush your protein. Don't go over on your calories and hit your protein. You won't be hangry and you will have scale victories. You really only need to concentrate on these 2 numbers, the protein and the calories. The calorie deficit will keep the scale moving down, and the protein will keep you satisfied. Just let the carbs and the fats fall where they fall. Sometimes it's too overwhelming to try and hit all those numbers at once. So calories and protein. No need to overcomplicate. Keeping it stupid simple like I like it. Carbs, we like them. We need them. That's all for today, and the part 5, final part of this series. You can click on the link in the notes for your DIY custom free macro guide with the exact calculator that you need to lose weight to reveal toned muscles without the confusion and overwhelm. Stay tuned for next week. My 8-week shred that has crazy results in 8 weeks is open in September, January, and April. So if you want in on the September shred, go to Kelly Kounts Macros to join the last shred of the year. So that you can love yourself on that Christmas card, love seeing yourself in pictures, stop hiding behind those fall frumpy sweaters, And as always, you guys are doing so much better than you think you are. And I mean that. Until next time.